Welcome to your weekend focus for November the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. And I send it right back to you. Well, let's see what the energy is going to be for us this weekend. The Moon. The Moon is our first card. Wow. And we are pretty well almost right in the middle between the full moon and the new moon. So the full moon that we just had in Taurus and the new moon that we will be experiencing probably next week, this coming week, or shortly thereafter. The new moon in Scorpio. Deep, primal. Nine of Wands. I love these 9s and 10s that are coming up because that tells us that we are closing in on closing a part of our life, a path in our life, in order to step into new experiences, in order to start a new path. Page of Swords right in the middle. Look at him. He's got that sword up. He says, come on, let's go. Let's do it. I'm tired of waiting. I'm going forward. I don't know if you guys are following me or not, but I picked up my sword and I'm going forward. So this is a little bit of a knee-jerk energy. Be careful of, and especially he's right in the middle. So things may happen quickly when the Page of Swords is right in the middle like this. But hopefully you have had time now to process, to plan, to imagine, to create in your mind of what you want to step into, where you want to go, so that when opportunity strikes, you can just step into it. So that's kind of exciting energy. I'm all pumped. Ace of Swords is back again. Wow. And the Page of Cups. So intuition is extremely high, especially as we head out of the weekend. I'm going to knock my water over here. That will make for a not so great reading. Let's start with the moon. So it's very much about being honest, being truthful with yourself. We've had so much energy this week about dreaming the big picture, of understanding what we truly wanted, of letting our imagination soar, adding details to that big picture, that 10 years down the road. And this is us, really being honest with ourselves. I think this is almost who we are this weekend. We know who we are. We know what we want. We know our passions. We know our joy. We know our love. We know how to create it, and we know how to invite it into our lives, whether or not we're doing that at the present. We know what it looks like, smells like, tastes like. I see the shadows of the wolves in the background. They're almost in the fog there, but they're in the background. It's kind of like we're ready to step into the freedom. We're ready to step into the liberation. Our true selves. Or we want to honor that this weekend in one way or another. And I think we will in one way or another. Being truthful with ourselves about what it is that we truly want in our life, what it is that truly brings value and love and passion into our lives, maybe sensuality. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is such a beautiful card because those nines are those wands in the background, those 8 wands in the background, symbolizes the path that you have taken in order to be here in this moment now. And we pick up this new wand and we are ready to go forward. Now, if you look a little bit at the back on the wands, okay, every one has fruition. So through every one of those paths that we have walked, the good, the bad, the ugly. We have learned. We have gained wisdom. We have learned how to trust our intuition more, find love in different areas of our life, grow our passions, our abilities, our talents. So we're taking all these nuggets of wisdom, all these nuggets of intuitiveness, and we're throwing it in the basket and we're ready to go forward with it. And the sun is rising behind us, giving us a dawn of a new day. But we have to walk into it yet. We're not quite there yet. We wear red. That's our passion. That's our fuel. That's our courage. We're ready to go forward. We stand there and we're aiming that wand just like the page is aiming that sword. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's put some action behind it. Let's step into it. Let's look for those opportunities. Page of Wands, we are very intuitive when the Page of Wands shows up. So pay attention to the inner you and what your inner you is trying to communicate to you, trying to wake you up to, perhaps. But just be careful of this energy. If you have given it any thought in the past and the opportunity arises, I would say, go for it. But if it's something that it's out of the blue and you've never even thought of it before, please take a moment, take a deep breath to think about it before you commit yourself or say no to it. You could be turning down the best opportunity of your life too, but it needs thought. You need to understand how it may fit into your life, how there can be balance going forward. Maybe what you need to put closure on and completion on, because we're still in that full moon energy, in order to walk into this new adventure, this new experience, this new opportunity. It could be career, it could be business, it could be stature in the community. Of course, it could be love too. It could be your health and well-being. All of a sudden you get the second lease on life, or the opportunity to have, where you can actually wake up one day and say, this is the first day of the rest of my life and I feel great, I feel young, I feel passionate, I feel ambitious, I'm ready to go forward. There's our messenger, and our messenger, of course, is flying here, bringing in the messages. So there's that sword. The sun is gleaming on it. And this is a time to grow our dreams big. To not limit it in any way, shape, or form. Dream it big right now. Add to it. Put detail in it. Think of how it would feel, how it would smell. Is there a rose bush nearby? A lilac bush? Are big dinners being prepared? And the aroma is wafting through the house? Put detail into your dream. The big dreams, the giant dreams. If your dream is not scaring you, it is definitely not big enough. Because it should just be surreal. It should just seem almost to the point of impossible. Because I think with this kind of energy and the Page of Cups here, so we have two pages too, very young energy. The Page of Cups is here to say, we can make the impossible possible, It's doable. Pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the clues in your surroundings of what is being drawn to you and what is being pushed away from you. And even though that wave is coming right up, she doesn't fear. She knows she's protected. She knows she's safe. She knows whatever that wave does, it's really just going to flow on by. And she'll still be standing there. You'll still be standing there, regardless of the wave, because you are protected right now. But the Page of Cups brings in magic. It brings in intuition. It could bring in that mentor or that teacher that you need, or somebody that you respect and they respect you. It's mutual. And you can grow from that into a partnership, a relationship, an association. This is a beautiful card to end it because, we start with being honest with ourselves, but as soon as we start being really honest with ourselves, we pick up that wand and we're ready to go forward. We know we have the knowledge. We know we have the wisdom. And then we get antsy and we just want to go. But this card next to the Ace of Swords tells me that some magic could really just come into being. It could be something tangible. It could be a thought. Write it down. Journal this weekend. Carry a pen and a piece of paper. At least have a notebook app open on your phone so that you can quickly write down these things that come to mind. These ideas, these thoughts. Because they're going to mean something down the road for you. You're going to want to have those thoughts. And some great thoughts stick in your mind, but others dissipate through everyday life, everyday experiences. Something happens, something happens, something happens, and it just gets shoved to the back, never to be found again. Write it down. You could have the epiphany that you have been waiting for, that you've been praying for, that you've been dreaming of how to make the impossible possible. Beautiful energy here on the board saying just that for us. So tap into the energy. Now this energy is, again, very free will energy. You can choose to tap into the energy and use it to your advantage, or you can be pulled away from this energy. Not turn your attention inward. Not turn the attention to your focus of where you need to go forward. To allow drama to, especially other people's drama, take you out of the game. Take your focus. Take your eye off the ball. Take your eye off the prize. So an affirmation for the Page of Earth. That's very grounded. And yes, another page. 3 pages, an ace. And, the only thing that really is kind of cemented is that each of us will look in and tell ourselves a story about who we are and where we're going. And some of us will choose to believe, and some of us will question it, or strengthen it, or grow it. Page of Earth. I thought I went the wrong way. Page of Earth is commitment to prosperity, first signs of tangible success, undeniable evidence that hard work will pay off, and dreams grounded in reality, start of a new project. Everything starts with a plan, and I am beginning to see the results generate prosperity. I am a doer, and I get to make my own decisions. I have the ability to attract what I need. I have the ability to attract what I need. What a beautiful affirmation to start each morning of your weekend with. I have the ability to attract what I need. So there goes the fear goes. There goes the fear, the worry, the concern, the stress, the restlessness, that comes from the unknown. Because we already know. We know we're protected. We know that anything that we need will come to us in its own divine time. So all we have to do is be the doer. Keep going forward, one step at a time, pushing through. And it's really energy for just that. We have the 6 of Water. I don't know about you guys, blue has really been calling to me lately, like the color blue. Having it around, noticing it around me. Nostalgia. Sweet memories, old flames, yearning for the security of good old days. If I am being triggered to remember the past, I can enjoy the warm memories, but must recognize that they are ephemeral. Emotion can color my recall and distort my understanding of what is happening today. I acknowledge and heal old wounds. I can experience security today, enveloped in the arms of divine love. There is no need to return to the illusion of a golden era of yore, because I can begin co-creating a better reality right now. Authentic healing and joyfulness will be mine if I stop rekindling the emotions of the past. Authentic healing and joyfulness will be mine if I stop rekindling the emotions of the past. So that really connects with the moon card of going inside and being truthful to yourself. I don't know how many times I hear, people telling me a bit of their life story and saying, if only I had done this. The minute you say that, that is the wisdom that you have gained from the experience, so that you will do that next time going forward. But it wasn't there for you. In hindsight, hindsight's 2020. In hindsight, when you look back, you see it a little bit with less emotion, and you can see how you could have taken other routes that really didn't seem available at the time. They may not have even been in your thought patterns at the time. We've got to stop beating ourselves up over what we call a past mistake or an error or misjudgment or a wrong turn into we did the very best for ourselves at the time with the limited information we had. And through walking through that experience, we grew from it. And now we know different. Now we know that there was a plan B all along that we could have embraced, but we didn't know that at the time. So be careful about beating yourself up over past failures, because they weren't failures. They were to get you to now with the wisdom, with the intelligence, with the foresight to step forward. Or we might look back at a time, you might look at a past relationship out and say, I'll never have that again. You stating that makes sure that you will never have it again. Of course you will have it again. Love comes in all kinds of shapes and sizes. And each one is different and each one is special. And remember too, when we're looking back on things and we're remembering those beautiful moments, that we don't remember the pain, the heartache. It kind of gets washed away. It's something that our brains do to keep us sane, I guess. And that's why a mother can have another baby. Because the pain in the moment quickly goes. And the memory that's left doesn't seem all that bad. So be careful for that. Let's pick one more. We got the Four of Earth. So Page of Earth and Four of Earth. So we are grounded this weekend, absolutely. Ownership, the beauty of divine order, trusting in a solid foundation. Even if I feel shaken up and unable to understand why things happen as they do, I know for certain that divine order manifests in all aspects of my life. What I have built rests on a solid foundation, so there is no need to fear. While it is true that nothing is forever in the material world, I find security in the existence of a divine plan. Spirit is always there to remind me that I am exactly where I am meant to be for my highest good and highest good for all, and that I have always had abundance available to me. You've always had the abundance available to you. It's your belief in whether or not you are deserving. Society really does a number on we are not special, we are not anybody. We are very unique. We are each a miracle. I always have had the abundance available to me. I always have the abundance available to me. Say that every morning. I have the abundance available to me. If I need it, it'll show up. I don't have to worry. I don't have to fear. I just have to keep going forward. I have to do my part of the actual work, the actual actions, the actual words in order for it to manifest. That's my job. And it will manifest because I'm putting towards the energy. I'm releasing myself from the doubt and the fear and the worry and the concern and just going on a faith. Even if I feel shaken up and unable to understand why things happen as they do, I know for certain that the divine order manifests in all aspects of my life. What I have built rests on a solid foundation, so there is no need to fear. While there is nothing that is forever in the material world, I find security in the existence of the divine plan. Spirit is always there to remind me that I am exactly where I am meant to be, for my highest good and for the highest good of all. I am exactly where I need to be. So they weren't mistakes, they weren't wrong turns. So forget the past, close the door. Take the lesson, take the wisdom forward with you. Absolutely. And shall we pick an animal card? I think we have beautiful energy this week too. Stay open to epiphanies. Stay open to your thoughts, your dreams. Get grounded. Take some time to reflect. Take some time to have seemingly a conversation with yourself. Do it in the third person. Ask yourself, you've got a picture in your mind and it looks very impossible to get there. I would have to say, well, why does Tilly think that that's impossible? And try and get the answer from yourself, because at first of all, I don't know, it just is. You might be quite amazed at what your subconscious is ready to show you. Sing your song. Sing your song. And I believe that is our little bluebird. I love bluebirds. They're like a fluorescent blue. They don't have the red and the white where I live, at least. They're a complete blue, but they're like a neon blue, which is so amazingly cool. And because I'm not in the tropics, so I don't get a lot of colors in my birds. I only have blue jays and cardinals and stuff. But anyways, my dad tried to always build houses for the birds so that they would come. And we couldn't get the bluebird to come on our property. Every so often we'd see one. And years after he had passed and everything, and it was Mother's Day, and we were leaving the house, and I opened up the door in the morning, and there was a bluebird on Mother's Day sitting on my porch, and I knew that my dad had sent that bluebird to me. So every time I see a bluebird, that's my dad smiling at me, saying, "Hey, I got you back. I'm here." Sing, create, express, respect. A bird does not sing because it has an answer, it sings because it has a song. Isn't it time you listen to that song in your heart? Wasn't yesterday all about the song in your heart? Or dancing to the song in your soul? When we were talking about that, it hasn't been too long ago. I'll tell you that much. I'm going to have to go back and figure out when that was. Bluebird tells you that you have been hiding, and now is the time for you to sing whatever song you feel. It doesn't necessarily have to be a happy tune if you are feeling sad. Honor your emotions and express them. However, Bluebird would prefer that your song turn into one of happiness and high emotion. Bluebirds are gentle, non-aggressive creatures that tend to avoid confrontation and patient with other kinds. If a bluebird feels threatened or upset, it stands its ground and defends itself and its own kind. Bluebird has shown up in your reading because it feels as though you have allowed others to take what is yours, and now it's time for you to stand strong. The situation could have just arrived, or it could be an argument that has lingered for years. So there you go into the past, right? Respect what is said, but know that you don't need to respect your but know that you need to respect your own stance too. Don't shoulder another's problems if they aren't taking the same responsibility. It is important to be patient and kind with your words. You have nothing to explain or defend. This is your life. By following the song within your heart, you will be guided. Any frustrations and conflicts arriving in your path are to teach you patience and make sure that you are truly listening and not becoming misguided. Because Bluebird is the color blue, I've been drawn to blue for like weeks, guys. Sorry. It is often associated with the throat chakra and creative expression. Pick up a musical instrument, a pen, a paintbrush. If you feel that you can't vocalize the song in your life, maybe another creative way will help lift that song up so that you can finally sing your song. So allow yourself to get creative. Allow yourself to do forms of self-expression. Allow yourself to sing your song. Allow yourself to recognize and be honest about what your song truly is and how you need to sing it. And raise your vibration and raise that passion and raise that light and get ready to step into your tomorrow. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.